What is life? What is to live? What is love and what is happiness? Some say answers to the aforementioned depend on one's inner self state, by some I mean my thinking. We all have a flame within us that we maintain and nurture by our decisions. Our everyday actions or inactiveness are all decisions which have an impact on our flame. The use of the flame differs from person to person. Some use it to be the torch to light the world from its darkness, some use it to bring warmth to themselves and others from the cold world, others neglect the flame until it grows to burn the undergrowth, and some intentionally use it to burn the world, for a deemed greater good. It all boils down to the decisions we make by deciding to decide or not to, when it comes to our flames. Yes, we have different backgrounds, different demons we fight, but we have the same oxygen, same 24 hours in a day and the same earth we dwell on. Our similarities outweigh our differences, and I wish you could see life, love, success and happiness from a different viewpoint, and that they can all be attained without foregoing the other. However, there is need to highlight the most often overlooked aspects of your day-to-day existence. You spend a lot of your time trying to prove other people wrong, trying to impress, trying to prove a point and not focusing on your inner flame. You are too concerned about looking happy, living the life, successful and being in love to the extent that you pretend to be something and somewhere, yet that is not the reality. You may have or not thought about this, but the artificial lifestyle you are leading is fueling the inner flame in the wrong direction. You are caught up in the pretending that you are focusing on the now and not your tomorrow. You do not have any savings for your retirement, you do not have a plan for your old age livelihood. You are in a state where you seem to be trying to run away from the life you want, chasing an early death without enjoying what you really need. You are a dead living being, living to die while others die to live. We are going to have a social pandemic where we have a generation of old people that do not have any source of livelihood, and the younger generation is also entitled to everything, as it has been tacitly taught that pretending is all there is. What you do today is a lesson you are teaching those that look up to you, whether be it good or bad, there is no in between. While others are preparing and creating a value to their family names, you are busy pretending, stifling your inner flame. Some speaker once said all of the daily products we use are family names, and what we buy is not the product but rather the value of other people's surnames, and went on to list some of them such as Gucci, Ford, McDonald's, Tesla, Maybach, Rolls-Royce, to mention but a few. But the self-soothing thought that there is a reason why you do what you do is the same as committing suicide, hoping that tomorrow when you are chilling with your friends you can argue that you know how suicide feels like because you experienced it. How are you spending your day? What value are you adding to yourself? How much time do you spend on social media? How much is it adding on your retirement livelihood? Do not be an all-star now and a homeless drug addict in your retirement days. Work on yourself that you spoil yourself when the time comes. Your problem is you are being pressured to eat your seeds by those eating their harvest so that you can pretend to be at the same level. Stop pretending. There is no one else like you, who is going to live to your full potential when you are busy pretending to be someone whom we both know you are not going to be them. Your problem is you do not want to listen when others are talking. When you talk, you are just repeating and reciting what you already know. You are good at analyzing the downside, you know how everything can turn out to be a failure, you procrastinate and get provoked by anyone and everything. If you continue stopping to throw stones to every barking dog, how are you going to be at your success rendezvous? I am not just going to tell you about your problems, but rather show you how you can learn and grow from them. You love fashion, be a fashion designer and earn something. Be a model and earn something whilst getting the opportunity to wear the fancy clothes. Get paid to wear nice things rather than paying for the clothes, leaving you with nothing to save for your retirement. You love being on social media, turn that to be a revenue center by being a marketing agent and convert social media as a cost center to a revenue center. Tend to your inner flame, nurture it, it can be a torch, a source of warmth, a source to burn your demons and garbage, polluting the world without destroying the same world you want to live on. True happiness comes from not worrying about anything. True success comes from achieving what is seemingly impossible. You cannot have true love when you have an ulterior motive. Don't be with someone because you hope to derive stability in the future from the person, or the person can provide. You are not entitled to anything that you have not worked for. Your relationships are crumbling because you think it's supposed to be a giver and receiver scenario. Your relationships are not transactions. Work on your inner self and provide for yourself that you do not create a depending syndrome. Mr. Brown always say if you think something can go wrong, everything will go wrong, but if you spend an hour developing yourself to be independent and self-sufficient in any field of life, in 5 years you will be an expert in that field. If you fail, because you are going to fail, fall down looking upwards, cause if you can look up you can surely get up. Wherever you are, nurture your inner flame, it is crying over your everyday decisions. Failure to nurture it, it will inevitably burn you one way or another. Never complain about anything because that's all you have, work with it rather than against it. You are there because God knows that you are stronger than the circumstances, that He has decided not to calm the storms facing you, but instructed me to calm you because you can overcome it. Yours truly. Blessing and Marandi.